Hey everybody, how are we all today? I hope we're all doing good. Don't see anybody. Well, Massive Panda's been in the chat for a while, but if he may or may not be here at the moment. But if he is, hello, Massive. I know I said hi earlier, responded to your comments earlier. Hey, good night, Spoon. How are you? Hope you are doing good. Hope you were prepared to get beaten in Scrabattle tomorrow. How are the new digs? New digs? I wish I had new digs. I am currently at my cousin's. I guess that could be new digs. And hello, Captain Infinity. How are you tonight? I hope you're all doing good. So I went to see the Marvels today. I've seen the last episode of Loki. I saw tired and exhausted. How are you? I'm not doing too bad. Tomorrow, I'm going for an eye appointment. Hopefully, I might be getting a new pair of glasses tomorrow. If not tomorrow, within less than a week, hopefully, because I'm not sure. I'm doing it through Walmart here in Canada. That's where I'm getting the eye appointment. Uh, but I'm not sure whether they do the whole like in an hour or hour and a half or something like that from putting in the prescription, or whether I'll have to come back in a couple days, which is really a pain in the ass because right now there is a bus strike in Hamilton. So that's making the job search, well, not the job search so much as not that I've had to go anywhere to go for an interview, but once I do, it's going to make getting to whatever work I do get hard. I totally predicted the entirety of the last episode of Loki and spoiled it for a coworker. Cool. How do you strike a bus? Oh, with your fist? You just hurt a lot? No. No, the bus worker, the people who drive the bus are going have went on strike to say, hey, do you give us some more money or something like that? We're not driving a bus. Hey, Mike, how are you? Sorry I didn't get to drop in on your show, but thanks for dropping in on mine. Ooh, internet issues, or is it me? I don't think. Am I having any internet issues? I am going through the duck, so hopefully I'm not having any problems. Let me check YouTube. YouTube is saying excellent, so it might be your end. If I'm going black, it's because I don't have a Discord up. If anybody wants to come and join me, I am in the on-air room on Discord. No problem for me, such a. How's the search going? It's going fine. I'm usually putting out 2 or 3 resumes a day. Through a site called Indeed. Um, so, other than that, um, starting to get my resume updated. That's a lot of resume applications. Yes, it is. Well, I should say 2 or 3 a day, Monday through Friday. Usually, I think yesterday or the day before. Well, today's Tuesday, so I don't think I might have put out one yesterday, not for 2 or 3, but unfortunately, some of them I'm realizing are to temp agencies. Unfortunately, or maybe I shouldn't call them temp agencies, but that you get my point. They're recruiting agencies. Same diff, right? Although, if nothing comes before, like, say, the middle of January, I am thinking of taking a trip out west. I was just looking at prices of flights. I get a flight from Toronto, which is about an hour away, um, for about 60, somewhere between $60 and $70, and about the same back or less than that back. I was wondering with the whole job thing, would you stream on weekends? Choose Tuesday in it. I have no idea what you mean, Joshua. I don't know what I'd be doing. It depends on when I'm working. Good night, Spoon. Uh, the lonesome crowded West. Yeah. So like I said, I went to see the Marvels today. It actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't very woke, and it didn't seem to have, to me, it didn't seem to have any woke nonsense in it. So that made it good. Um, he's a big Chewbacca fan.
He's a big what?
Oh, Good Night Spoon, I believe, is saying Joshua Hughes is a big Chewbacca fan.
Oh,
Are you a big Chewbacca fan, Joshua? I would hope I'd still be able to do things. Jared says, Rick, don't get caught up on the poverty trap for working for a temp agency for so much time. Can't look for a decent job. Yeah, true. Well, trust me, the temp agency is not what I want to do. Is there a Marvel movie I wouldn't go and see in theaters? Possibly. I don't know what it is offhand. I'm just a superhero guy. I like to go see the movies. I like to judge them for myself. I don't want to take anybody else's opinion. I don't think I did not see the Eternals in. Is it Eternals? I think it's the Eternals. I didn't see that in theaters. There was a couple Marvel movies I did not see in theaters. That was one of them. I can't think of the other one at the moment. I was doing a British accent. Is it in a movie that you would not see in theaters? That's how British people from British talk. I mean, I was going to ask what wokeness or lack thereof has to do with whether or it was good. Well, true. But the lack of it, well, I guess it could be trash and still have no wokeness in it. Movie does not have to be bad just because it's woke or has some wokeness in it, but usually that makes it cringy. And just because it doesn't have any in, there's been bad movies before wokeness was ever a thing, so I guess it can be bad. I'm just saying it was. I think it was pretty good, and it did not have any wokeness in, which really made it better or good. Are you watching Goosebumps? No, I'm not watching Goosebumps. Why do you ask? Good night, Spain. What else is new? Oh, has anybody out there seen the new Fall Guy trailer? I checked out Marvel after Black Widow. I checked out of Marvel after Black Widow. I should have skipped that in theaters too. Oh yeah, that's one I didn't see in theaters, Black Widow, but I have seen it. I didn't think it was too bad, but I was really to like the Eternals too, as I like all the mythologies of Mesopotamia. Okay, cool. Because I am watching Goosebumps. I watched it a little bit when I was younger, but Goosebumps was not. Um, around when I was a kid. I think it was around in my 20s, maybe my 30s. I don't know. I forget when it aired. I think it aired in the early thousands. So, but Eternals was so boring. I didn't find it completely boring. The last Marvel movie I saw in theaters was Ant-Man. That was good. What's an example of a movie not in the new Goosebumps, not the one from the 30s? You know what I mean? From when I was 30? There's a new Goosebumps show out. Are you saying Goodnight Spoon? What's an example of a movie that you would consider bad? Catwoman.
Why? I love Catwoman.
The movie with Halle Berry.
Yeah. I freaking loved it.
That has to be one of the worst superhero movies ever.
Why do you say that?
Well, first of all, it had nothing to do with Catwoman. Yeah, she was called Catwoman, but that character was not Catwoman. I don't know who she was, but she just happened to be called Catwoman. It was more like Legends of the Catwoman. Her name wasn't Selena Kyle. They took the name Catwoman, and that was about all it had to do with Catwoman.
Okay, I see your point.
You know, nothing of Batman or anything like that, or anything DC. Justin Long says good night spoon. I'm not sure what you mean. Yes, with the Mac cut. Okay. I did not know there was a new one. I haven't seen the new one. Remember when cats burped on her to bring her back to life? Says Joshua. Man of Steel was the worst superhero movie ever, says goodnight spoon. No, it was not the worst. And I'm sure there's other. I know I've seen some other movies that I thought were and maybe even trash. And again, of course, I come at that from being a superhero fan. So if you know nothing of the characters, I guess it could have been an all right movie. Catwoman, but defend your position that Man of Steel is. I never said it was the best movie ever. I just said it wasn't the worst movie ever. Good night, Spoon. Yes, and the night as in a night from medieval times. Not night as in nighttime. I got something for good night, Spoon though. That I kept on me when I came here. I wanna make sure at some point I get it to him. I think he will like it. Did I hear a cat? Yes, you heard a cat.
Yeah. Pookie Bear.
You heard my cousin's kitty cat.
Pookie Bear.
Pookie Bear. Uh-oh. Glitchy. That's on your end, Tim.
He just turned 12. He's in his 13th year now.
And everybody wish my cousin a happy birthday in the chat. Thursday is her birthday. Timothy's cute cutie. I can't see the thing you showed. Yeah. Good night, Princess. Kitty love. Or kitty with a happy face with a bunch of hearts. So I'm interpreting it. Kitty love. It's your fault. It's glitchy, Timothy. Happy birthday, cousin. Thursday, says good night, Spoon. Yes, my cousin's name is Anita, or at least the one that I'm staying with. I have several cousins. So, yeah, Massa Panda says, "Happy birthday, Rick's cousin." How funny is it? How funny how it is only this stream. Joshua says, "Happy birthday." Timothy says, "Maybe Canada hates me." Well, maybe if you should refresh, Timothy, because I think it's okay for everybody else. And I'm using, I'm using Discord in conjunction with StreamYard, so anybody can come on if they want. Wow. Here we go. Would she be opposed to being called Thursday? It's one better than Wednesday. Refresh it. I mean, I did refresh it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see whether we can see the kitty. See the kitty again. Oh, you can't see the kitty because of my table, and I don't have everything. Got too many entangled wires here. It's an entangled web we weave when we don't practice to deceive. Oh, that's the one we practice to deceive.
Yeah.
Timothy is just trolling you. I would believe that, Joshua. But Timothy says, "I am not." So if you see my arm moving, it's because the kitty's sitting right next to me or laying right next to me, wanting to be petted, and I'm petting the kitty. I even fed the kitty earlier when his mommy was sleeping. Okay, looks a little better. They don't call him Tim the Troll Olsen for nothing. They call him Tim the Troll Olsen? Wait, it says Timothy? So what else can we talk about? What people want to talk about? And who's they, he says. I don't know who they are. Let's see. Oh, there's the kitty. Let's see the kitty. Hey, kitty. Say hi. I think it's...
Oh, that's my mess in the background. A horrendous mess.
A little bit of mine. My pillows. Say hello, kitty.
He's not pink, he's black. Say hi, Poop. You gonna go up and say hi to the world? Say hello, world. I'm Pookie the bear.
Oh, he didn't want to be on anymore.
Oh, God.
Oh, so what else? What else can we talk about, folks?
Oh, he wants to go back and be on TV. Internet TV. No, he lied. He lied.
He just...
down.
Okay, so we got to talk about... We got like a couple more hours here, or an hour and a half more and a half here. Let's figure out stuff to talk about. We always figure out stuff to talk about. Tell us more about the Marvelous Brie Larson and the Loki finale. Well, I'm not one for spoilers. My cousin hasn't seen it. Not that she would. She would see it, but she'd probably forget next time I see it. She hasn't even seen, I think, the last 5 Spider-Man movies.
No, I haven't seen the first 2.
Yeah, the ones with Tobey Maguire, right?
Yeah.
There was a third one of that, and that sucked. That was a pretty bad one too.
Oh yeah.
At least in my opinion, they messed so much up. And then there was 2 with a new guy, and then there's been 3 with another new guy. Although the last one with the new guy had Tobey Maguire and the new guy in.
Were they both Spider-Man?
Yeah, they were all Spider-Man.
Oh.
Then have the cousin Thursday. Something personally quizzes. Toby, best Spider-Man, says. Then have cousin Thursday do personality quizzes. Toby, best Spider-Man, says goodness boom. Now it's better. Check out the something I sent you. Okay, you sent me something on probably Twitter's. You sent me a link to my own thing? Jeez. You're fun, aren't you? Don't click anything Trollson tells you. Sends you. He just sent me a link to my own stream on YouTube. It's a clip. It's a clip of a clip of a clip. Okay, maybe I'll play the clip. Not that anybody will be able to see it. I could make people see it, but I'm not going to make people see it. How long is this clip? A 15-second clip. Okay, yeah, it was pretty bad for you, but I can't help that. Whatever you do, whatever, do what you want, Rick. It's probably laced with subliminal messages and catnip.
Catnip. He likes catnip.
But what do you think? What do you think of this mummy? Goodnight Spoon. Do you want this mummy? We need to create the universal monster and somehow get it to stick because, like the universal monsters were only created, 100 years ago? I think most of them. Or got popular like 100 years ago. We need to we've got the mummy, which is usually a guy, so we need to create a daddy and make it a girl. Hey, Metal, how are you? I watched Under Wraps last night. What is Under Wraps? Oh, and I was asking you guys, another bad movie that I although I did see it in theaters, The Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh yeah, horrible movie.
That movie reminded me of what my dad used to call them, the Pukes of Hazzard. And how are you, Metal? Bad Disney movie about a basement mummy? What is a bad Disney movie about a basement mummy? And how do we spell daddy? Not like daddy. I'm eating pizza and breadsticks. Oh, it sounds yummy. Yummy, yummy in your tummy. Under Wraps. What's Under Wraps? Are you under, or is the, oh, Under Wraps is a Disney movie about a mummy in a basement. I think we call the lady mummy Diddy. Diddy. Yeah, Diddy. Okay, that goes. Okay, we got the Diddy. Now, what is a Diddy? Except for, like female. I like the Diddy instead of Mummy Diddy, Daddy Diddy, Daddy Diddy, Diddy Daddy, Mummy Diddy. Yeah, that might not sound good. We might be in the wrong area. A Duddy, a Duddy, Duddy, a Duddy, like Powers. Yeah, Powers look, like mummies are all wrapped up, right? How does Diddy or the Duddy come into being? Mummies are Egyptian, well, usually Egyptian people buried that come back to life, sort of. So what can we make for a thing? Metal says the 1997 Under Wraps or the 2021 reboot. I've seen the original, but not the new one, says Metal.
Ouch.
The Duddy. Ooh, I didn't know there was an original versus remake, says Goodnight Spoon. Oh, and has anybody else seen the trailer to the Fall Guy movie that's supposed to be coming out in March? Has anybody ever seen the original Fall Guy TV series with Lee Majors? Me and my mom used to watch it. She loved the show. We would watch it weekly, although I don't think we ever saw every episode. In fact, I just rewatched the pilot or the first episode, and I know we never saw that together, or I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna probably be trying to make my way through it. I assume it's a remake due to the presence of Alexa like device, or the 1997 version was strangely prophetic. I only just found out there was a remake a couple minutes ago when I was looking up how long I saw the original. Well, that's just like Disney did. I think it was Disney did two movies called Man of the House. One with the middle kid from what's the name of it? Um, the Tim Home Improvement, Justin Taylor Thomas, I think, and then there was one with the guy from U.S. Marshals, also in what you call it, the Fugitive movie remake. Wasn't Lee Majors the $1 billion man? Yes, he was the $1 million man.
$6 million man.
Yeah, $6 million man. But Fall Guy was after the $6 million man. And Goodnight Spoon says Jonathan. Oh, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Yeah, I think that was his full name. But yeah, Disney had two movies. Like, that's a lot of money. Yeah, well, back then, in the 70s,
two remakes of the Parent Trap.
yeah.
That was a good movie.
There's been a lot of movies that remade, but not necessarily by the same companies, and sometimes years apart. But these two movies, called Man of the House, they were like 10, maybe 15 years apart at best. It was like, okay, that's weird. Tommy Lee Jones was the other Man of the House one.
Yeah.
And that was him with a bunch of cheerleaders, I believe. Or some female sports team. I don't think I've ever seen the second one. I saw the first one. First one also had Chevy Chase in it. It was actually good. I liked the first one a lot. I might have seen the second one, but the first one's more of an impression. Yeah. But yeah, I could deal with $6 million right now, too. It's a lot of money even now, but no chewing gum is the most significant factor in the decline of Western civilization. Roland Sharp, Man of the House. Oh, that's from the first one, if I remember right, Metal. So I take it you've seen both. Which one do you like better, Metal? We're jumping topics quite a bit. We got Lee Majors, DD, Catwoman, House Arrest, the film we're currently talking about. All. Oh, geez, I thought the Catwoman topic was over. I'm not sure what the DD one was. And House Arrest? No, we were talking Man of the House, not House Arrest. And we weren't really talking Lee Majors. I was just saying about them making they're making a Fall Guy movie, or made a Fall Guy movie, which is female mummy DD. Okay. No, it's not. It can't be a female mummy. It's got to be. Can't be a mummy looking. It's just we've got to create the alternative. We've got a mummy, which is usually a guy, usually a dead king from Egypt, coming back to life. So I figure we need to create the alternative. I've been on this for a while. It's a deadie? A deadie? Ooh, deadie. Ooh, I like that, a deadie. It's interesting. I would also say I'm a god partial to Fall. But Fall Guy is about a stuntman who is a bounty hunter. I'm the unknown stuntman. But anyways, having watched the trailer, I'm probably going to go see the movie, although I'm guessing it's going to be almost as bad as the Dukes, if not worse. But I like that, a dead D. DEAD space DY. It's a daddy. Okay, Now we got to figure out what makes a Deddy a Deddy. We know what makes a mummy a mummy. We know what makes, a werewolf, a Dracula, or a vampire. A Frankenstein. Although technically it's a Frankenstein monster, not a Frankenstein. Although Frankenstein monsters always get called Frankenstein. Bobs.
Why not a Mervinstein?
Mervinstein.
Or a Davidstein?
Well, first of all, it'd have to be a guy named David Stein to have created the monster. Because technically the monster isn't Frankenstein. The guy that created the monster is Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein's monster. Although everybody calls the monster Frankenstein. Werewolf.
You forgot Jekyll and Hyde.
He's not quite. He's well known, but he's not really considered a universal monster like a vampire. Usually Dracula, a werewolf, a mummy. And I know there's a couple other. What's the monster's real name? Well, seeing as how he's a patchwork of people, I don't think he would have a real name. Frankenstein's monster is a homunculus, also kinds of a patchwork zombie. What's the monster's real name, Liv? And although Frankenstein or the Frankenstein's monster is considered a universal monster, he's only one of a kind where a werewolf can be anybody, a vampire, a zombie. A mummy can almost be anybody too. The monster was never given a name. That's one of his grievances with his maker, Frankenstein's monster. He was named Adam. Says goodnight, Spoon. So has everybody been enjoying or even watching my latest shorts? They're just cute little things. I haven't done this one yet. The horse. Let's see. I'm going to be doing this one tomorrow. The owl. But I did do the lion. I haven't done the squirrel yet. I'm going to be doing the squirrel. I just did this one today. I thought we were naming the first Deddy Live. I don't wear shorts, unfortunately. I can agree to the name the first Deddy Live. Okay. And I've done the tree. Haven't since I was 12. Let's see. I've done bunny. The starter. I did this one and put it up, and I got over 750 views on it. And I'm not sure whether to say I got 6 new subscribers because I ended up getting 6, and then somehow I lost 2. Thank you, YouTube. Okay, you haven't worn shorts since you're 12, but how about watching some shorts? Each one will take you less than a minute. And I guess we can agree on live. But then the question becomes, what does these things look like? I think you legally have to something the Obama for everything. I hate that heart. That heart really is a pain. Always gets in the way of reading the chat. Or we can call the first Daddy Love. Okay, so we finally got a name for our opposite to a mummy, which is a Daddy. Then we gotta have the Daddy and the mummy hook up. No, he's Canadian. I think we legally have to thank Obama for no, he's Canadian. Thank only applies to America. That only applies to America. GKS. Yeah, see, I've got to legally thank Justin Trudeau for everything, which I won't. Well, actually, maybe I won't thank him for everything, but I'll blame him for everything. Everything bad, anyways. Is that the same as thanking? Well, not quite, but hey, still giving him some credit, right? It's just, I'm not grateful for it. So how has everybody's week been? I'm going to be getting together with Metal on Thursday sometime. I'm not sure exactly what time yet. Hopefully I'll have my new pair of glasses by then. And yeah, we're going to be going over the Canadian Shields 3 script. No, I still think you have to thank the monarchy still. Also, if he starts thanking Obama, then he's legally American by transitive properties. Yes, but I won't thank Obama, so I won't become American that way. If I ain't gonna thank Justin Trudeau, I'm not gonna thank Obama. That is how algebra works. Thanks, algebra. Okay, so I've got to figure out what a Daddy is going to look like. It almost sounds like it could be a zombie, though. Are mummies zombies? They don't go after brains, but could one consider a mummy a zombie? Because are they just a wrapped up zombie that is really old? Or just from Egypt? Rick, don't say or do anything for 1 to 5 minutes while I check out these YouTube shorts. YouTube isn't showing me. I can't promise I won't do anything. I think mummies do fall into the greatest zombie ghoul category. Yeah, the first one I started with Goodnight Spoon would be, of course, the tree. Then we went on to the rocket ship. Then we went to the bunny with the berry, the strawberry. I'm not sure what came after the straw. Yeah. Yeah. Mew 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 mew. So I know it's Goodnight Spoon if you're still listening, but Dylan did not see your thing about wanting to time somebody out on Thursday, last Wednesday. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want to get accused of trolling when I was trying to be helpful. So whatever. Moving on. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, Tim. Or are you talking about the video and saying that it wasn't looking good? I think you're a bit behind. We moved on long ago, or at least I did. And like I said, anybody who wants to come on, feel free. I'm in the Discord, as you may or may not be able to see, and just chat about whatever. Um, we're doing pretty good. We're 3/4 of an hour. Oh, anyways, what are we discussing? Something mummies. We're trying to create the alternative mummy alternative. We have mummies, which aren't female and are usually male, and they call mummies, and they don't look like a mummy. Not like your mummy that you would find at home. So we're trying to create the alternative, the counterpart to the mummy, and we're trying to create daddies. And I think with the name we've gotten is Geddies. Geddies. Some mummies are female though. Oh yeah, some, but majority of the time when somebody shows a mummy, it's a guy. Like I said, majority. I know there's been probably a few times. I've probably seen one or two, but there's probably been more than that where they've been, you know, female. So, we could have our instances of daddies being male, but most of them that we see, I want to be female. That's just because the best perverted mummies were royalty, and preserved mummies were royalty, and they preferred sons take over. And Unky would be the brother of the mummy. Yeah, but if he's wrapped up the same, wouldn't he just be a mummy too? Mummies are like zombies in bandages. as we were sort of discussing, they're starting to discuss, are mummies just zombies in bandages? And then Metal to that said, I think mummies do fall into the great or not greatest, great or zombies ghoul category. Because I was thinking mummies would just be very old zombies. Usually that are just reawakened for a short time. The story of Wendigo is interesting. Yes. And it's closer home for you. Yes, yes. But see, this whole mummy thing, creating the alternative, I've discussed it on here a few times. And it's something that I have wanted to do. I think I wanted to do for a long time. I should try and introduce this in Cross Comics. Creating the next universal monster. Blue. I know you watched the cat one. Wait, the only Canadian mummy. Hey, Devil Flyer, how are you? We're talking Wendigo again? No. And he can fight the Canadian Shield. Well, a guy, Evan Hotep, did create a Canadian Shield mummy. I missed two of the shorts to return here. Well, you can watch them later, of course. Which ones did you? Well, I'd say which ones do you miss, but you don't know. I think to be ghoul though, which zombies fall under, have to be basically mindless, which is why the drained servants of vampires are basically puppets or ghouls, but vampires aren't. I couldn't assume. Did we talk about Wendigo before? Did you say you're going to create the next universal monster? Is good stuff. Is good stuff. Them shorts. Oh, I'm glad you like. We did Troll Song. So I think it depends on if the mummy's mindless or not, or whether it's is a ghoul zombie or not. Well, I didn't. I said I'm going to try and create the next universal monster, and I lost my lens. Oh, found it. Well, I do plan on doing more coloring shorts. Good night, Spoon. And actually, before I got into the mess that I am right now, if you want to call it a mess, like about 3 months ago, well, 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago, I was starting to do shorts, coloring shorts, although I was doing Marvel and DC characters, or more DC characters. Then teach me to color. uh, At Metal, some versions of the Mummy were not mindless. Did you get a job at Universal? No, I did not. Just, there are what people call the Universal monsters, mummies, werewolves, vampires, Frankenstein, ghosts. Ghosts are Universal monsters too, right? Then time out Tim for and send me those pages or the name of the book I can buy to color myself. Oh well, I can definitely send them to you. They're not really a book. They were in something of some markers that I got. Then time out Tim for his verbal violence. Then untime him out for his apology. I'm not sure whether you could untime somebody out at Tim. Then not all mummies are zombies. Just like how Jesus isn't a zombie. Yeah, saved by the sorry fellow. Metal. I can see your point. Aren't they called Universal monsters because they're from movies made by Universal Studios? I guess they could be, but I don't know. I didn't never thought of it that way. That's why they were called that. Maybe. I just thought they were called Universal Monsters because they're classic and seem to be timeless, for lack of a better way of saying it, monsters. But they could have all been created by Universal, like 100 years ago, creating them. Yes, Joshua, that's precisely why. Is Biff a Universal monster? Okay, so Metal saying that's why they're called Universal monsters. I did not realize that. You need to tap into the urban legend to base a character on. Universal Studios made all those old monster flicks. So you'd have to make a Universal movie to create a Universal monster. Do you know any urban legends from your area? Bigfoot. Is E.T. a Universal monster? No, E.T. is a Jedi. I'm convinced E.T. is a Jedi in training. Tell us Canadian folklore. I don't know much Canadian folklore. There's, I think, Champy, sort of like Nessie, but he's from Lake Champlain. Bigfoot is basically anywhere in the Northwest. We got a bunch of, I think, Nessie type monsters in Canada for different lakes or whatever. E.T. is a retarded Jedi. I think he's a youngling, a young. He probably had to run off. His race was saving him from, the culling. He escaped Darth Vader. I should pitch the Goat Man of Old Allen Bridge movie to Universal to get Dallas area monster in there. E.T. is Baby Yoda after a horrible accident. With that many wrinkles, Rick, come on. What about Ogopogo? Yeah, Ogopogo. Another Canadian Nessie, if I'm right. Scotland's got one, but that one's really famous. We've got a couple dozen. I don't know about that next one. Good night, Spoon. Okay, so I guess it couldn't be a quote unquote universal monster, but the counter to the universal monster. Okay, so we got to make some very unique things that are going to stand the test of time monsters like Universal, and we can call them the cross monsters. I'm not sure whether that goes over good. The cross-versal monsters? Don't recognize that one. Next one either. Good night, Spoon. So our first one up is the Deddy. We're going to have to. My favorite Scottish monster is Knuckleve? Sedna? I don't know Sedna. The Deddy. Yes, Deddy. Okay, another one. You're naming a whole bunch here that I have no idea for. Good night, Spoon. Probably more Nessies, Canadian Nessies. Yes, the Deddy is the Deddy. I've got to create the Deddy. Well, I've got to work on. Once I get things back together, I will, of course, be getting things to go by for. Uh, we will. I know how I'll introduce the Deddy. I will introduce the Deddy as part of uh, my monster team. Tim, the Daddy, as opposed to the Mummy. They're all water based. Backstory: a janitor in Canada gets cursed by a gypsy and entangled in toilet paper, and thus the Daddy is born. No, I don't want it to look like a mummy. Echinus Ovalfest is also water based. Irish sea dragon. Ooh, devil monkeys. So, well, maybe I can go into some sort of Mohawk or some sort of Native American slash Canadian folklore to create a Deddy. I'm anti whatever's and water based tour in general. I'm blaming the autocorrect for because vampires, werewolves are old thing, old whatever. Uh, Mummy is Egypt Christian. That's how they did that one. And then, well, Frankenstein is a science thing, but you know, a lot of Celtic folklore around Ireland and the British Isles are water focused because of the fog often rolled in from the seas. Okay. Misfits and Mysteries.com. It's truly a wonder to behold people's stories of the booger bear, the cabbage style monster, and the great Canadian spider bat. The great, you're making that one up. No, it's all in the article. Okay. Cryptids of Canada. True, North, strong, and weird. Fairies. The Ugwug. The Slaw. Sea serpents. The Loop Garou. The Devil Monkey. Giant beavers. Those are probably just beavers left over from pre-flood. The Adlad. The Wali. The Turtle Lake Monster. Oh, so that's another Nessie. The Wendigo. Ogopogo. Pardon? Yeah. What? Yeti is an abominable snowman or a white Sasquatch. No, it's check it out later. That quote is from the last paragraph. I think you mean second to last called Darcy called the Canadian Spirit. You can find us on the Great Canadian Spider Bat or Nuckluck, the Cabbage Town monster. Okay. You missed the last part of it. The Nuckluck. Knuckluck. The Great Canadian Spider Bat. Aye. Is that like Batman and Spider Man combined? Swinging from a thread, he's looking overhead. The Knuckluck was less amusing to me than the first three. Well, Knuckluck sounds like something an indigo, somebody from the Indigo tribe would say in D Comics for the compassion ring. So do you want me to just send you those things through whatchamacallit, email? Good night, Spoon. I should make sure I have your. Oh, did you comment blue? You did. For cat and mouse. So that's two blues, two yellows. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the coloring pages. I will have to sign into that email account. Yes, I'm sending you some of the pictures right now. I think it's going to combine them into. Okay, it's not going to combine them. And I'm in the middle of putting them up. So in the next couple minutes, I'll be sending them to you. Almost there. We're at 74%, 79, 80, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 9, 90, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Okay, here you go. Hopefully. Oh. Um, coloring pages. Do. Okay, it was sent. You should now have them. Dank, says Goodnight Spoon. Sank. Ah. Is that like thank you? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that sounds like thank you if you say it fast enough. Si. Si, senor. Oui, oui. Oui, oui, monsieur. If you gotta go wee, you should go to the washer. That's what toilets are made for you to go wee wee. What else? What else is there to say? Do? I thought you didn't speak French. I know about 4 or 5 words. Okay, maybe more than 4 or 5, but ultimately, I don't speak French. I speak a few words of French, but I don't speak French. I know oui is yes, of course. I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think I went into Spanish. I mixed up my Spanish and my French number for the word. I know bonjour, au revoir. But I'm not saying au revoir right now. Although I did say it, but I'm not. I'm saying it, but I'm not meaning it. And I probably know a few other words. Zot alos and more. I know amor. Amor is love. Or am I thinking Spanish? Or it might be about the same pronunciation for role. That's Italian. Ah. Hey! That is Japanese, I believe, for yes. Hey! Oh, I know another word in French. No. And of course, that means no. That's correct. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing the owl tomorrow. Amor is French. Amore, amore is Italian. They come from the Latin amer. Well, I know Spanish is close to that too for the in more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 7. Set. That's. I'm going into my Spanish. I'm combining my Spanish and my French for numbers. Spanish is amar. Of course, most of the can be conjugated as well. Silly metal. You wear armor. You wear love? Love should be worn. Well, I'm gonna make it another 9 minutes or 8 minutes, I guess now. Get an hour and a half in. Still GKS. You're a spoon. Silly. Yes, but is he a metal spoon? Well, if he's a night spoon, that would mean most likely. I feel safe in the amore of invincibility, in the love of invincibility. That's not all that's off. Olson. Trolson. Yeah, damn tootin' I'm Canadian and proud of it. You say that like it's a bad thing. Now I wish I had my amore of invincibility, he says. Good night, Spoon. Oh, yeah. I hope I can find that. The Spoon Knight. Oh, geez. I remember I started creating that Spoon Knight. The Spoon Knight will take on the Deddy. Amore. Amor. Well, I'd say no, but I probably a moi. Yeah, I knew that was a wardrobe, but I was just teasing anyways. What if Goodnight Spoon was secretly a sport? Would you feel betrayed? Yes. What about the fork bacon? The fork baron? Oh, should Goodnight Spoon meet up with what's his name? Goodnight Spoon versus Sporkman. Bacon. I read it wrong. My glasses aren't working right. Forks and spoons do not mix. Yes, you do. That's how you get sporks. Here they go by spoon. Never run, always running from a real fight. He is the one named Goodnight Spoon. Halflings. They they can, but like most interspecies breedings, they can't produce a fertile hair. Utensil segregation. Not quite fork, not quite spoon. I think I might have a clue. Do the detective squad need a magnifying glass? Keeps his bloodline pure by breeding with other spoons. Good night spoon. I don't have it on me, but when I was down in LA, I got a comic book uh, that involved utensils. I think there were spoons and forks and knives in it. Me? Never. That's just an old thing that I used to sing to Sailor Moon. Sailor Spoon, as I called her. I was I did that to mock whatever you want to say, Sailor Moon. To I'd mix up the lyrics a little bit of her song. Now, if you could only look like Joshua, then you would be funny looking. Timothy made it sound inappropriate. So I just simply mixed something I had done years ago with Goodnight Spoon. Of course. Based on Sailor Moon, or as I call her, Sailor Spoon. Sailor Moon, Sailor Spoon with Sailor Jars. Goodnight Spoon, mission accomplished. Well, Goodnight Spoon, the new minute one should be up, but hopefully by 11:30, 11:30 tomorrow, and it will be the owl. So give a hoot and watch it. Everybody should give a hoot and watch it. Sailor Jars. Yeah, Jars, Mars. I hadn't really thought of the other ones. I know there's, Neptune, Venus. I don't want to obviously do the thing that easily rhymes with Venus. And we could say Sailor Butt instead of Sailor Uranus. Because we don't want anybody sailing Uranus. Bars. Sailor bars. That's where you put your Sailor Moon figures. Seen this. Oh, you put your Sailor Moon figures behind bars? Or in bars? Seen this rhymes with Also, there's also Sailor Mercury, which I never came up with before. It never came up with anything for any of the other Sailor Scouts besides Moon and Mars. No, well, Sailor Jupiter is the best girl. Yeah. Anyways, unless somebody's coming on or can think of other stuff to talk about, I think I'm going to end for now. We got an hour and a half in. Rick then has to hide in Mars. Not in Mars, on Mars. I might go. Might night too. Okay. Well, then, thanks everybody for tuning in. It's been glad talking with you all. Of course, I'll be doing some stuff throughout the week, some more shorts. I'll probably end up on Chris's tomorrow night, unless they're doing a countdown, and then I'll be on Mike's this Friday, reading some old comics. So yeah, make sure to tune into Hero Shack Press. They got a good channel, and of course, I'll be in the chat tomorrow night on Scribbattle, trying to win some points because I want to get to 500, minimum 300. Hopefully the 500 for the whatchamacallit, the commission plus the cat plus the goodies. So we'll catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless. See you on the flip side. And who knows, I might be starting some other shorts in the next couple weeks. I've got some ideas. So bye for now. God bless. Love you all. Have a great and wonderful day. I guess I should go over to where I need to end this.